FM studios in Ontario, California, it's Foobar Sports.
Hey everybody, welcome to Foobar Sports. I am your host, Josh. Unfortunately, we are sans food today.
It happens.
But we still got Josie on the mix.
What's
up?
cracking, man? What's happening?
Dude, so much has been happening.
A lot has gone down.
Week.
For a guy who doesn't give a fuck about sports, I'm kind of getting into sports just for
the
for
drama.
The drama that's going around it. Yeah.
It's become a reality show, man.
Oh, totally.
Like, especially in the NBA. And for those of you that are unaware of what we're talking about Magic Johnson resigning at the last game of the year.
The memes that have come out of this fucking debacle have been amazing. I am actually a little proud of everybody out there right now.
I ain't gonna be here. It's like, oh man, such a dick move.
It was a really dick move if everything that he's pretty much admitting to is correct.
Yes.
Which is like, he didn't tell anybody. All he told the media, the reporters.
Yeah, they're the first ones to know. And what was fucked up too is, so according to like what he was saying, they had just had a meeting. He had just had a meeting with Jeannie Robb the night before, and didn't allude to it, didn't say anything about it, and just all of a sudden said, "Boom, I'm out." Like he said that he didn't want to tell Jeannie in person because he was afraid that she was going to convince him.
Which is probably what have happened.
Which is probably.
And I wonder if this has maybe happened before. Now that we're talking about it like
how?
this, like maybe he was just like, hey, I don't think I'm cut out for this, or maybe this direction that I'm trying to take isn't right. So maybe it's best that we part ways with it.
He never. Well, according to reports, he never indicated any of that. Like this was all.
So he never had a history of doubting his position with the Lakers.
No.
Until that one day.
Like he had pretty much just alluded that he was going to be there, but it was mostly like an internal struggle. And because he's the type of personality that he's out there, he wants to talk to people in the public, but as an executive of the NBA, you can't do that. Like you cannot go to being a public figure like that anymore. You can't say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Like there are consequences for it. So that's what he couldn't come to terms with. He couldn't come to terms with him being Mr. Superstar, celebrity.
He doesn't lose.
No.
He doesn't like to lose, and he's been losing a lot lately.
Yeah, so he's just like, I'm out. He's like, I can't keep doing this. So, and he, during the press conference, I don't know if you was like actually watched any of it or read anything about it, but he alluded to the possibility of him firing Rob Pelinka and Luke Walton.
Yeah, you were talking about that. So these guys were already seeing expiration dates on their jobs anyway.
Yeah,
right?
all year. Like there was just everyone said that Magic was an absentee or an absent executive. Like he was rarely ever around. There was a story that came out per per Stephen A. Smith of ESPN. He said that a source of his told him that Rob would go into practices during the year and would be like, "Hey, is Irving in here? Is Irving here? Anyone seen Magic? No? Well, I'm here." It's like, well, I guess he's not in here today. And he would do that like every day. And just to kind of bring it to everyone's attention that
he's just not there.
Yeah. And so like that's kind of like the reputation he's gotten, Rob Pelinka. That's why like a lot of the league do not want to do business with him. Like they hate him because of the stuff he used to do as an agent. So that's one of the reasons why Magic wanted to get rid of him. And Luke was, having his issues, so he wanted to get rid of Luke too. So that caused this whole, because Jeannie wanted both of those guys and Magic wanted to move on, and pretty much Jeannie was like, it's your decision. But he knew that if he made that decision, he was going to feel guilty about it because of her.
Yeah.
So he just stepped aside. And everyone was just, I know all of us were in shock because what was going to happen with Luke now that he wasn't on the chopping block.
Well, I think we know now.
Yeah, we do know now. He has since mutually parted ways with the team because they wouldn't extend his contract and give him, firm confidence that he would be the coach going forward. And then right after, he picked up another job with the Sacramento Kings.
Crazy.
Which is crazy. Like, the Kings, you motherfucker. The Kings You bastard.
Out of all the teams.
You son of a bitch.
But hey, he was looking for his own gig, dude. He was going to be out of a gig.
And you know what? Any team to say fuck you to the Lakers, it would be the Kings, man. For sure, especially with Vlade Divac, dude. Divac was probably like, oh, Luke, come here, buddy. We got you. We pay you anything.
Yep.
Fucking Vlade. I see what you're doing.
He had the contract in a trench coat.
Yeah.
All shady about it and everything.
You have all of this. Come to Sacramento. Come to
Sure enough,
he did it.
He was already thinking he wasn't going to work for the Lakers anyway. So
pretty much. So that's why he told him, just get me out of this.
Yeah.
Like he was.
I got a job offer over here. I mean, if you guys are going to get rid of me, just let's do it now. Let's rip the Band-Aid.
Honestly, I think it's good for the Lakers. Right now we look like a dumpster fire that is just that people just keep pouring gasoline on us. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a good thing because one, we can finally get a fresh executive to change everything around, and hopefully, especially coming up with the draft and the offseason, we still have a chance of getting another star. Mm-hmm. But it all comes down to two: if they're gonna want to bring in their own GM, which I think would probably be a good idea, just clean house altogether. But a lot of reports people are saying that Rob Pelinka is going to gain a lot more power and may, in fact, become the president of basketball operations.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then who knows if he'll hire his own GM or assistant GM. It's all in turmoil right now. There are some rumors I can give you as far as for head coach. Tyronn Lue, I don't know if you're familiar with the name. He was former Laker, but also was the head coach that led the Cavs to the NBA championship.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah. He's in talks with the Lakers right now for the head coaching position.
He's worked with LeBron already. Why not?
Yeah, and LeBron respects him. And dude, he's still. They should look outside of the Laker family, but he's a familiar Laker. He's a familiar name. Most of us know. Most
that
Lakers
has
fans.
Done other things.
Yeah, exactly.
With the NBA,
he's won
Good
NBA.
Things, yeah.
He's won championships as an NBA player and as a coach. So. I don't mind it. Another name too was 76ers Monty Williams. I don't know if you're familiar with this coach Fu, but he used to coach for the New Orleans Hornets back when they had Chris Paul and Emeka Okafor and all them. But what happened was his wife had died in a car accident while he was a head coach. So that happened during season. A few years back. So now he's actually an assistant coach on the 76ers. He was pretty good. So we'll see what happens with him, as well as other names like Juwan Howard, who was a former NBA player for the Heat and the Rockets. And honestly, just don't fuck it up, Lakers.
That's a tall order at this point.
Seriously. No kidding.
Good luck with that.
Who would have thought that would have...
I want to say I'm surprised. I really do.
But you're not.
But deep down inside, I'm just not.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a dumpster fire that they've been trying to put out unsuccessfully for how long? For an entire season.
So
really.
Let me ask you a question then. Do you think the Buss family should sell the team?
It wouldn't be a bad thing. Let's, like you were saying, also start fresh.
Yeah.
At least from the top would be a nice kind of move.
They should just sell and we should get Jeff Bezos could buy us. Come on, Jeff Bezos. Buy us.
No, man, we're already in bed with Wish, not Amazon.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Wish buy the Lakers.
Buy the Lakers, Wish. Oh man,
that'll help your revenue stream, and maybe it'll speed up the deliveries.
More of their the Wish deliveries.
Yeah, Wish's deliveries.
Yeah.
Because if they buy the Lakers,
but
all
that's
that revenue.
The thing with Wish, and we're gonna go totally on a tangent right
that's
now.
That's fine.
But
sponsorship.
The fucking thing with Wish is that their whole thing was if you're willing to wait a month to get your socks or whatever the fuck you saw on our website, then it'll only be about $1. And you know what? And for a guy like me, I'm just I don't like to go shopping. I think I could wait a month.
You motherfucker.
These socks would last me a month.
So you're an initial investor in Wish?
I do use them quite a bit.
Yes,
even for the little kind of handy knickknacks that I have around the house. I've used them for a lot of that shit.
Ooh.
Matter of fact, I think that's where I bought these foam pads for the walls for the podcast.
That sounds about right with you. I remember you even bought that little incense holder that was supposed to like flow down like a fountain.
It didn't look like the picture.
It did not.
No,
and it didn't work like the picture at all. It was quite.
It worked once, and then it got clogged. It was a whole thing.
Well, you know what, Fu? Let's talk about something more exciting, or actually interesting. Tiger Woods, Fu.
He did it.
He did it
After what, 11 years?
After 11 years, he finally won his 5th fucking Masters, man. Crazy shit, dude. I can't believe it. I honestly, because lately he's been actually becoming really close. You know, he's been like one shot in between the lead, but then he always ends up falling back like the second or third day. Like he'll fall behind like 6 shots, 5 shots. One time it was like 12 shots. I was like, holy shit, Tiger, what happened? But he's dealt with so many fucking injuries, man. Trying to find the list here of when he was injured, but he dealt with back surgeries, knee surgeries. He also had like shoulder injuries. Like, dude, the guy was like, his whole body just shut down on him for like 10 years.
Yeah. Well, and then when he tried to come back after the whole debacle with his wife and all those chicks he was banging, he was not in the right place mentally too. Like the first games that he was playing, when he came back as a golfer, you can hear him talking to himself and just talking shit to himself. Like he was in a bad place.
Oh, definitely. Like he would yell at himself.
Yeah, like, what the
like,
fuck?
You could tell it just didn't look right. Like it's like, damn,
he wasn't ready to come back.
Nah, he's going through some
physically
shit.
Maybe, but not mentally, which still made him lose.
Yeah, but that motherfucker went through some shit. But thank God, Tiger. And someone actually won $1.19 million on Tiger. For this championship. So, damn, man, it's crazy stuff. And then, Fu, you actually wanted to talk about these new Jets uniforms.
I'm not impressed.
You're not?
No, man, it looks like a B team kind of thing going on.
It does look like an Arena Football League team.
Yes,
that's what I'm getting from these color tones. And the design,
all black with a green helmet, pretty much.
This is like a great college football uniform. Like,
yeah,
Great minor league team, New York.
It seems a little lazy.
Yeah.
It seems a little lazy to me. A lot of the new uniforms have been quite loud, too. They're either very dark or they're very loud.
Yes. The color scheming is crazy. I don't know why why not medium tones? Like, when the Eagles got their new Nikes jerseys, at first the green was, like, really, really, like, greenish, like darkish greenish. But now, like, they found a nice medium to it. And come on, guys, don't go ham like the freaking super teal Carolina Panthers. The Jaguars jerseys just have so much going on. Have you seen those? Well, before, actually, I think now
it's
they're
like
more
a blue now, or what is it now?
It's just basic numbers and a black, like a colored or like black and white jersey. That's it. Just numbers and black. They gave up. They figured, okay, we'll only make the helmet look nicer, but the rest of us,
Yeah.
I mean, we call the team for what it is, man.
Right. I mean, I maintain that as much as all the shit that I talk about the Raiders, they have the best logo. They have the best logo.
Tried and true.
A straight up uniform that's just like
pretty much matches what that logo
what that
would fit.
logo would be. It sparked a cultural kind of thing with their clothing line.
Yeah.
And NWA back in the day.
Or did the clothing line spark the culture?
I don't know.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
Egg and chicken, am I right?
Yeah, who knows? But I think it all comes down to logo. And then the Jets, I think, even fucked with their logo a little bit for the helmet, which also bugged me because it doesn't look like a jet anymore. It's block letters on a helmet.
Yeah, it just says Jets.
Yeah.
It looks like I believe it was like their 90s uniforms where it was green. It looks similar. It was just Jets, the lettering Jets. I like when teams actually put either the animal symbol,
like the Rams.
Like the Rams.
That looks dope.
It's built into it like that, the design. Or who else has a pretty good helmet like that?
Like the Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, dude. They should just have Power Ranger
T-Rex.
helmets.
You had the saber-tooth tiger.
Okay, why aren't we talking about this? Why not just give them Power Ranger helmets? Because they were able to protect those teenagers. It'll totally protect the NFL players.
I think you're right, man. I think you're onto something.
I think I am onto something.
It's morphin' time, Josh.
Bandai, get with the NFL ASAP.
Yeah, no kidding. Saban presents the Super Bowl.
All of a sudden, it's like just Power Rangers everywhere. What the fuck?
Is that a VR trooper over there?
Hey, you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong.
Big bag
franchise.
Beetleborgs. Take it to the back.
Yeah. You enter in from the back entrance,
Stupid.
big bad Beetleborgs.
Oh, no. So much for the Masked Rider.
Right. Well, Foo, let's move on to some baseball. So,
Okay.
Dodgers, man. I went to the game yesterday. For those
That's
you're recording.
right. You went to the Bellinger bobblehead
I went
night.
to Bellinger bobblehead night, and it was pretty cool. I got my bobblehead. I was sitting right there off the right next to the left field foul line.
All right.
Right next to the bullpen. So it was pretty cool. They looked like shit. It was what we call in the baseball world a bullpen game. So because Hyun-Jin Ryu's injured, Hill's injured,
Really?
Kershaw's starting on Monday, they pretty much had to just play their bullpen for an entire game.
Crazy.
Caleb Ferguson came out, started the game. He's normally out of the bullpen. He only lasted 2 innings. And then they ended up bringing in this new guy, Santana.
Okay.
Dennis Santana. He only lasted an inning and a half. He gave up a run, and then Pedro Baez came in.
Oh God,
dude, it was
done. I've been done with Baez for the last 2 seasons.
That's what everyone was just like, motherfucker.
Like, why is this guy still on? And meanwhile, we're letting other good talent go. You know, but Baez is still on the lineup. Are you serious?
We shouldn't have let Morrow go last year in last year's free agency. That was a disappointment, but. The bats were coming alive. Cody Bellinger got a home run on his bobblehead night. So
of course, nice.
That's cool.
All right.
But outside of that, dude, didn't look.
So did they win?
No, they did not. They lost 4-1 last night, but they won. They won again the next game on Sunday, 6-0. So made up for that. But they were on a 6-game losing streak because we got swept by the Cardinals. And
they look good, the Cardinals.
They do, you motherfuckers.
Fuck.
Bastards. They got Goldschmidt. They got Paul Goldschmidt from the Diamondbacks, which is crazy. And Grandal is actually on the Brewers.
Oh, sick.
He bastard hit a home run the other night.
Damn.
Yeah, to win it.
Yasman.
Yeah, motherfucker. Dude, throughout the entire game, everyone, like, whenever he came up to at bat, the entire stadium was just boo. It was great, dude. Man. But, oh, man, the Phillies there. There were so many. And they weren't even playing the Phillies, which is insane. But there's a lot of eye candy at these games.
Interesting.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. There's more to see in the stands than there is on the field.
It often plays out that way. Pardon the pun.
Yes, very much so. But there was actually, I found it very interesting. So I went to go get some beverages, and they had these kiosks now. Like, and you still can wait in the fucking line like a peon and a goober, or you can be one of these cool guys and go to these little kiosks and order your food.
So you stood in line like a goober?
No, man.
You got in the kiosk. I didn't know where you were going with this.
Oh,
I'm good with patterns, so I thought I could just figure that anyway.
Such a dick. Anyway, so the stand was called Bud and Burgers. It's not what you think, but it was Budweiser brands or products, and you can get burgers, fries. You could also get onion rings. Ooh. So I got myself some onion rings. Were very, very good, very tasty. And then got myself a nice beer. Just did it through the kiosk. All they do is like when you get your number, there's like, can you show me your ID? And it's like, oh, boom. All right, there you go.
Sick.
See ya. Just in and out, dude. I know you, Mr. Don't Like Personal Interaction.
Yeah. No, this seems like it was made for me.
I know. I was like, dude, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, man, freaking Fusi would love this, man. Would love it. And God damn it. Good job, Dodgers. Good job with those stands.
Yeah, dude, it sounds promising. I mean, so what other things are on that menu? Can you get like a nice gourmet hot dog or anything like that?
Gourmet meaning Dodger dog, yes.
Oh, God. No, that's not what I meant.
But you can get a nice gourmet double cheeseburger or Angus beef burger.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and fries, garlic fries, and they have chili cheese fries.
Is this at just one specific section of the ballpark?
Yeah, so it's on field level. Again, you can wander throughout the different, the various levels in the ballpark, just as long as you have your ticket. They'll let you go and wander around, except for, obviously the suites. You can't go in there, but you can go in the galleries. But, it's on the lower level, field level, near the new Era store, where they have on the left seat, on the Dodgers bullpen area.
Okay.
So it's called Bud and Burgers.
Go get a hat.
Yeah, you can go get a hat and then go get a bud and go get a burger.
There you go.
That's right.
Nice.
See, so... NBA, like, I kind of want to finish it off with this little NBA tidbit. There's been some crazy playoffs this last weekend. D'Angelo Russell won his first game with the Nets against the Sixers the other day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they beat him 110 to 106. And, dude, D'Angelo Russell has more playoff wins than the Lakers have had in the last 6 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's very depressing. Anyway, the Warriors obviously smashed on the Clippers. But on the Clippers-Warriors game, something interesting happened. KD and Patrick Beverly both got ejected from the game pretty much in like the last 48 seconds of the game. And that's
why?
Well, throughout the entire game, Patrick Beverly's known as a pest in the NBA. He will just constantly put his body on you, move you, like talk shit like in your face throughout the entire time. Very aggressive, constantly jawing, constantly trying to play mind games with you. It's like he is like he's an intimidator right now.
Uh-huh.
And so he was doing that with Kevin Durant throughout the entire game. And so then finally it got to a point where Patrick Beverly was trying to inbound a ball, and then KD came up behind him, knocked the ball out of bounds, but then also pushed Patrick Beverly out of bounds at the same time because he was coming behind him as Beverly was backing up. So then Beverly got up and was like trying to square up. And dude, Beverly's only like 6 foot, and KD's like 6'11", almost 7 feet tall. So it's just like you just see a freaking midget and a mountain going up against each other. And they immediately, the refs were like, "You guys are out of here. That's enough." Because they were just doing that shit all game. And then Patrick Beverly's jawing at him. So then after the game, KD was even asked like, "So what do you think of Patrick Beverly?" And he's just like, "Oh man, he's a Chicago kid, man. Those cats play a different level, man." He's like, they play with like a certain grit. You don't mess. He's like, you don't mess with those guys unless you really want smoke.
Right.
And hell yeah, dude.
Street basketball, pretty much.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like he'll like, he's not an offensive powerhouse, but motherfucker will shut you down. Like, and that's really what he's been known for in the league, as like a shutdown artist. So
crazy.
Yeah, man.
So I wanted to just quickly bring something up, Josh.
Yeah.
So I don't know how creative the title of Foobar Sports is. It's
half-assed, I would say.
It's a little half-assed. And I think, we were trying to do this thing where we were...
symmetry. We were trying to have it like as a network symmetry.
Yeah, it's part of the Foobar network. It doesn't necessarily have to be called Foobar Sports, but this nice Russian gentleman just commented us on our live feed right now.
Oh, okay.
Brandanovich Metlavsky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this guy's just trolling us right now. He just said... Tool Bags Discussing Sports, which I don't think is a terrible name.
Tool Bags Discussing Sports. That is an accurate
or at the very least, it'll be the slug line to the podcast.
Foobar Sports. Tool Bags Discussing Sports. ...
You're not even sure about that.
Yeah. I think let's just call ourselves Tool Bags Talking Sports.
It's not a bad tagline, at least for
Tool Bag Sports.
No.
Too far.
Yeah, no. Maybe we'll think. We'll talk.
We'll brainstorm here, people.
Oh man, well that's all I got.
That's all. All right, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on Foobar Sports. You guys can catch us again next Sunday. We will be recording live on our Foobar Sports page, and you can also listen to us on our FoobarShow.com, where our episodes come out every Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everybody. Foobity doobity.